Michael McAtee, Zombie Muay Thai, born in Lower East Side. I remember one time I low-key got beat up, or like I felt like I lost the fight, and then I was like, nah, that can't happen no more. I think I was like, oh yeah, that was on my 10th birthday party. That was on my 10th birthday. I got beat up by some kid because he took my basketball and threw it. I ain't gonna lie, it made me feel weak, and I can't, feel me? I just can't do that. Can't feel like that. None. I just started like self-teaching myself boxing, just watching boxing. You know, further off down the line, I just, this is my first gym that I came to. I came here, and then I just started getting right. I say Muay Thai just because it encompasses like almost the full effect of fighting. You have the clinch, you have the elbows, knees, kicks, punches. It covers everything, and I feel like that's important to know in like all aspects depending on who you fight. Yes, my first day sparring. I remember I came here like a month or two after the gym opened. I wanted to get some sparring in because I thought I was nice with my hands. Then I wound up getting kicked in the head. Then I lost my tooth. When I step on the mat, I try to like seclude my mind. I try not to think about what's going on at home. I try not to think about, any like relationship that I'm going through or just any other distractions other than what's present on the mat. Yeah. When I first met Vinny, he was loud, of course, but he got that Italian in him, that Italian Puerto Rican in him, so it's hard to not be loud. I get it. But yeah, when I first saw him, or when I first met him, I was like, yeah, he's gonna be a tough coach. I know he's gonna be on our asses. I say it is worth the struggle, cause like just like all things, like all new things that you're gonna try, you're gonna kind of suck at it or not understand it fully at first. But once you get to even like a certain, like the minimum level of understanding, you'll feel the progression come towards you, like every time you get on the mat.
8, work, 7, 6, 5, 4.
My name is Sael Antonio Nunez. Martial arts, a year and like 3 months ago. Muay Thai, yeah, and it was precisely here. I learned how to box through friends and stuff, nothing crazy. I never took a consistent class. I started dancing 15 years ago. And I was gonna fight instead of dance, but dancing chose me. So I skipped a lot of CTE all these years. Being a dancer, I always wanted to know how to kick. I remember one day I was playing around with the bag and I saw I could kick, but it took me 5 seconds to get into and 5 seconds to get out of. And I'm like, this isn't good. My ego was kind of hurt. So I'm like, I also know I need help boxing, So I'm like, I think it's time to look for a gym. I remember I walked in, I saw Coach Vinny giving a private. He looked mean as hell, and I was like, that's what I need. So as soon as I came in and I seen Coach Vinny with that face and he was somewhat yelling, I was like, ooh, I gotta be here. I took class. I remember I couldn't even jump rope comfortably. I'm like, you're a dancer? You're a world champion dancer? Move your feet fast and all of this. And it's damn. So when there's no salsa on, you can't even jump rope, bro? It was embarrassing. So I was like, it's time to get it together. Straight up.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm doing training industry.
Oh wait, that's fire. Yeah.
And he's getting interviewed by the New York Times tomorrow. And they're gonna interview him while I'm.
What do you want me to do?
All right, can you
I'm Vinny. I'm a 43-year-old Muay Thai instructor from Brooklyn, New York. I live on the Upper West Side now. I've been doing this since I'm a little kid, on and off. Kempo karate, boxing, kickboxing, MMA, Muay Thai.
So Vinny, why did you start doing martial
You want me to
arts?
sit? You want me to
Yeah,
stand?
yeah. Go ahead.
All
Sit.
I'm very tired. We just did a whole bunch of sparring rounds with a bunch. I mean, everybody's bigger than me, but a whole bunch of sparring rounds with big guys. So I'm gonna sit down.
Why'd you start doing martial arts?
You want me to look in here at you? What's up? My father, when he came to the country, he's Italian. When he came in the late 60s, 70s, karate, martial arts was really big. So when I was born, he got me started really early. We watched a lot of Bruce Lee movies when I was a kid. Just kind of fell in love with it. I opened up a cardio kickboxing gym in 2018. I met some other trainers that worked for me. A couple of them that just came and trained with us. That's how I met Bernard, who owns this place. And then when he opened this, however many years later, he asked me to come and teach. And here I am. I'm a bit of a scatterbrain. I'm kind of all over the place. And I think that martial arts has been a great way for me to find discipline and focus. Training in martial arts has been a bit of a conduit for me to stay focused just in life in general. That and music, I play music and I love writing music, playing drums, playing guitar and stuff. But between those two things, my martial arts training and the time I've spent in specifically the punk rock music scene, they've always been ways to deal with things that went on in my life that I didn't have a lot of control over, but at least I had a way to process what was going on. I had a way to, I don't want to say distract myself, but let's say to focus the extra energy or the emotion or the pain, whatever it was, to do something constructive with it.
When I interviewed Sael and Mike, I actually asked them what did they think of you when they first saw you in the gym.
Ooh.
And all of them said, I walked in and I saw the super scary guy and he was Vinny and he was giving a private session, and I just want to know, do you try to be intimidating or anything like that?
I really, really don't. I understand, I understand how I can come off maybe a certain way, and I've been told kind of in a similar way, a certain presence, and I even feel fun. I feel weird saying it because it sounds kind of arrogant, but it's been said to me so many times that I have to accept it's somewhat real. So yeah, I don't try to present myself a certain way, but I do get often that I get it. You see some kind of stocky guy with tattoos and kind of bassy voice saying some stuff, and it's not intentional. It's the way I was trained. There's a certain amount of discipline. There's a certain amount of seriousness, and I want people to have fun. I want it to be inviting for everybody, but at some point, you got to get down to business. And it's funny because I like to be kind of firm and straightforward with my classes. That said, I do what's necessary, and I want people to feel comfortable coming in, and I want to be approachable. I get that, some brown guy with tattoos barking things at somebody is not always going to look approachable.
Put your knees in the same direction as your toes. Get that blood to the floor.
But it's not my intent. It is what it is.
Yeah.
There's a lot of young guys at this gym, and I'm hoping that for those that want to continue fighting and make a career out of it, that I can continue to be a coach, a mentor, just someone to guide them through and really just give them as much knowledge and wisdom and support as I can.
I mean, I was certainly scared of you when I first met you, but I think after a good amount of time, you definitely opened up, and
yeah,
I didn't find you.
I'm a very nice guy. I'm very, I'll hold you to things. I'll make sure you guys know. I mean, you guys see me on the map.